Hi, my name is Paula Cardenas. You are watching WatchMojo.com. Today I will be talking to you about stress and ways on how to cope with stress. As you know, stress is part of life, but it is mostly found in fast-paced societies. However, stress is not always bad. We need stress in order to set goals and achieve these goals. So when stress is actually beneficial, it is called eustress. But there are times when stress is overwhelming, and in this case, it is called distress. Instead of being beneficial, it will paralyze us. In fact, stress has been linked to 11 out of the 15 causes of death in North America. So an important part of a healthy lifestyle and of well-being is to learn how to cope with stress. So, the definition of stress is the body's physical response to a perceived demand or threat. There are two main components to stress. There is the physical component, which is the body's response to stress, and the mental component, which is the perception. For stress to occur, there must be a perception of a threat or of a demand, and this happens when the person feels that they don't have enough resources to deal with the situation in an effective way. These resources include time, money, energy, intelligence, patience, and the support of others. The key point here is perception. It doesn't matter if the reality is different. If the person feels that they are lacking or don't have all these resources, they will experience it. People actually attribute stress to outside sources, but in fact, it is actually the way we view a situation that will produce a stressful reaction. Now, let's look at the ways that distort perceptions and that make a person feel that they lack resources. Negative thinking or negative self-talk. This happens when it's mostly negative thoughts that dominate your mind. Discounting the positives and maximizing the negatives. This happens when a person focuses on the negative elements of a situation instead of giving importance to the positive ones. Overgeneralizing. This happens when a small negative situation will affect and influence the way we perceive all of the other situations. Overanalyzing. This happens when you look at a situation closely and you focus on the details that you lose focus of the reality. Self-criticism or self-blame. This is when a person feels that they're not good enough all the time. Rigid thinking or exaggerating. This is when you take extremes. Black or white, yes or no, always or never. Now we're going to look at the steps of stress management. First, you need to identify if you are stressed. Even though there's different types of stress, each person has a unique and different way of reacting to stress, whether it's done in a physical or mental way. Second, you're going to look at the stressors. Stressors are basically what causes you to be stressed. The most common signs of stressors are the physical environment, the social relationships, financial, life events, and physiological. Finally, you identify the reasons why you are stressed. Usually, stress is caused by pain. So if you go back to when the change occurred, you should be able to understand the reaction that you're having physically or mentally. If you're not able to tell yourself, you can always ask someone close to you who you feel comfortable with, who will be able to tell you the changes that you've made. Now let's take a look at the best and most effective ways to reduce stress. Breathing exercises, meditation, visualization, massages, exercises, humor, and lastly but not least, hot bath, sauna, jacuzzi, or sex. Yes, sex actually takes your mind off problems and it helps you release stress and release tension. So, now that we know that stress management is about making changes and or a response to a change, I'm going to give you a list on how to make these changes. Just remember that change takes place over time. It is done slowly. You need time for these changes to take place. Get a good night's sleep. Eliminate, avoid, or reduce drugs, cigarettes, and alcohol. Establish and maintain healthy relationships. Build skills. And keep a positive attitude. So here you have it, an overlook on stress management. If you need more information, there are tons of books, articles, internet sites,